Nyesom Wike saying, that the coalition should be disregarded. These are not serious people, more or less. And the spokesperson of the ADC saying, look, people are being intimidated and they are not being allowed to express themselves freely. What do you think?
Growing up, they used to tell us when you see no thoroughfare, that means there's a road there. And in the same vein, it means that truly the coalition that the ruling party had once dismissed is actually taking, roots. Because there are certain persons I don't take their statement, seriously. Because I've heard them speak from both sides of the mouth before. And so now when they talk, I just look at the office they occupy and I'm like, hey, is this office that actually talking, not the person? If Wike were maybe in opposition, he probably would have been a member of the coalition today. I remember the same Wike as a governor in Rivers State and how he told us that PDP was malaria and APC was cancer. And today he's part of the cancer. And so that's why I don't take statements from people like that seriously. But seriously speaking, it means that the opposition coalition is actually taking a firm footing, and those in government are jittery. And if they are not jittery, then Wike won't be bothered about asking Nigerians not to take them seriously. Because if they tell you don't take somebody seriously, it means that people are actually considering taking that person seriously. What Wike should be bothered about is there were campaign promises made. They should be bothered about how to deliver on those promises made and how to make life of the average Nigerian, more bearable and more affordable. And the opposition also should consistently put them on their toes and put pressure to ensure that Nigerians truly take them seriously. It is not what Wike will say or what rhetorics. It's no longer a matter of rhetorics because Nigerians really want to look at the difference. What are the alternatives? And this alternative is not just enough to say we want to send Bola Tinubu back to Lagos, just like it happened during Goodluck Jonathan's time. Anything but Jonathan. People are wiser now. People are also asking questions. And so this is an opportunity for Wike to now ride on those questions that people are asking to say, yes, we want alternative, but let us have, plans and program.
Malam Bolaji Abdullahi of the ADC is saying that more people will have loved to join the ADC, but they are being intimidated. Do you think that the allegation by Malam Abdullahi is true and correct, that people are being intimidated?
I think the ADC should focus on providing alternative that will attract people to them. Look at the case of Peter Obi in the opposition. He went and he saw the handwriting on the wall clearly because everything is like a gang up for and in support of Atiku. And so the man quickly had to backtrack because he knows fully well that there is no way he's going to get the presidential ticket there. So all of these other persons also will look at where will my bread be buttered? Will it be buttered in the ADC? ADC has not truly shown, apart from we want to send Tinubu to Lagos, they have not really shown plans and programs that they would treat Nigerians better. So that's why some persons are skeptical, not that people are intimidated. They should look at what they can do better and how they want to do it better. Once they begin to talk about those things, I can tell you, people will want to join them.
You remember when we talked about Peter Obi being very cautious as to not fully jumping into the bandwagon of the ADC because everything was looking like a setup for Atiku Abubakar. And recently, you heard when Kenneth Okonkwo came on national TV and was talking about why it should be a northern candidate that can defeat Peter Obi. After that, you had Dele Momodu do the same thing as well. And recently, you had Deji Adeyanju come to echo something that is similar. And you also saw when Dati Baba Ahmed said it doesn't fully align with the ADC yet. And that's why you saw that meeting where it was there with the resolution, they're trying to find peace within the Labour Party. I said all of that to say this. When Amechi made that statement that whoever wins the primary, that's the person they're all going to support. I said Amechi knew he didn't have a chance, but I also said that Amechi already knew that um, it was meant to be 3 or 4 against Peter Obi, and that's exactly what Oshoma is actually saying. Peter Obi didn't have a chance, and Peter Obi does not have a chance at becoming the presidential flag bearer of the ADC, because it was always looking like it was a setup for Atiku Abubakar. After you've heard all the things that Kenneth Okonkwo said, you already knew politics was already playing. It was not about Nigeria anymore. It was about the fact that they want to ensure that one person achieves that his personal ambition, not what Nigeria needs right now, but what he wanted in Atiku Abubakar. But before I break that down further, let's just talk about the issue of Wike. We know that Nigerians really don't take Wike seriously because they've seen that Wike speaks from both mouths. It does what is known as doublespeak. And sometimes it tells Nigerians usually are short-minded. We don't see people for who they are. We've come to see Wike for who he is. And we know now that the APC is actually scared of the coalition. But the problem is the coalition really understanding that APC is actually scared of it, the coalition? Because they are more scared of the coalition if Peter Obi is the presidential candidate. All they need to do is send a feeler outside. Go and interview Nigerians across the length and breadth of the nation. That's when you will know if they are still not fully understanding it. That's when they will know that. Apart from Peter Obi being the flag bearer, ADC is more or less another political party that is similar to APC. And Nigerians will leave that alone because ADC and the people there, safe Peter Obi is not part of them. APC and the ADC rather, and the people there are synonymous to the same destruction we have in the APC. So most Nigerians don't take Wike seriously. They just look at him as a noisemaker, and especially with all the news that comes out about him, the corruption case of allocating land to his children, the ICC that they spent 39 billion, children who were out of school for 2 months while he's spending 39 billion to furnish or, redecorate the International Conference Center. So in essence, Bola Tinubu and the APC are really afraid of the momentum that the ADC is actually gaining. But the ADC, in its plot to actually still make Atiku Abubakar the presidential candidate, will fail because Nigerians will still gravitate towards Peter Obi, whichever way you want to say it. It might be one of Atiku's last chances of either becoming the president of Nigeria or letting corruption in this APC to continue beyond 2027 because the vote will be split. And as Kwankwaso has actually said, he's going to contest again. He's still going to take the vote in Kano. So what is going to happen next? Okay, so as Wike continuously try to urge Nigerians to reject the ADC and call them a group of unserious people, Nigerians are actually telling the ADC, if you make the mistake of thinking you're going to push Peter Obi out, it's going to go, and wherever he goes, we will go. It's not a threat. It's just the fact that Nigerians want what Nigerians, for once in the history of this country, Nigerians are telling the political elite, this is what we want. And the elite, especially those ones in the ADC, are not seeing it. They're not seeing it. The national chairman of the ADC, current interim, is from PDP, so it's going to be aligned with Atiku Abubakar. They're friends. So also the secretary, Aregbesola, they're friends. So everything's looking like a gang up, anyway, like Oshoma put it. And Peter Obi needs to be very, very, very careful. They need to find a way to lock the ticket within the Labour Party, make sure that they've sealed the Labour Party. Abure needs to take a back step because people like that are being used to cause havoc. And the Nigerians then now say, okay, we want this guy. It's just a symbol of what Nigeria really wants. It's not because he's perfect in Peter Obi. It's just the fact that Nigerians see somebody that a little bit more transparent than the others. So you see the point I'm trying to make. So for Peter Obi, it was always the fact that the ADC, with that coalition, the way they were running it, it felt more like they were already piping Atiku Abubakar to be the flag bearer. And that's why they were always going to say that Peter Obi needs to be a running mate. And I asked the last question in the last video I made. Why can Atiku be Peter Obi's flag? running mate? Why should Peter Obi be the one that's been the running mate? After all, in 2023 election, Peter Obi dusted both Atiku and Bola Tinubu. If not for the rigging, Peter Obi would have been the president of Nigeria. At least that's what is alleged in the media, and we're only just re-echoing it. But what do you think? What do you think about these political dynamics that is going on? Do you really trust the words of Wike, or do you trust the words of Nigerians that are agitating for a better Nigeria? Do you think that Bola Tinubu is really scared of the ADC and the coalition? That's why they're asking Nigerians to reject them, because Nigerians have actually said Bola Tinubu has failed. So if you were going to break this down, how would you explain that in the comment section? How do we move from where we are? This political chess game that is going on right now, will it bring about the same status quo of the same old people who have destroyed Nigeria? Or it's going to help usher in a new Nigeria that we want to see, where all Nigerians are equal? And I know Nigeria is less equal to the other person, regardless of their political status in the society. We want an egalitarian society. What can this ADC deliver it? Or should Peter Obi run alone and still use the Labour Party platform to go for the 2027 election? What do you think? Put your comment in the comment section. Let us know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you've not done so. Also, recommend this channel to others. I will catch you up in the next video. God bless you. Bye bye for now.